242. Is someone getting the best of 242? We've got to talk about some of the best events that I've ever seen outside of an anniversary. My name is Evan. Welcome to the Fuse News. This is episode 242. But before we get into that, let me tell you about the new video that launched on the channel over the weekend. It's the top 9 scariest monsters in RTA. Specifically, this video is geared towards the World Arena Season 26, which has now come to a close, and we've also experienced a balance patch since then. However, I think most of the list has remained fairly untouched, with a couple exceptions, but you'll see what I'm talking about when you watch the video. I'm gonna have that linked at the end just in case you want to check it out. We've got events on events on events right now. And the Booster Fever event is happening right now, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy that it's happening. It introduces its new own specific currency in Fever tokens. You can acquire Fever tokens just by playing the game. They're available in every single content that you can run. However, a few of them will yield more than others. For instance, the Arena and World Arena will both yield 3. You can also get 5 for doing guild content, and you can get a little bit more by obtaining and using crystals. But the real magic is when you learn what you can do with those Fever tokens. One of the first key things that you can trade them in for is something called rune boosters. We're familiar with the concept of an item that increases the drop rates of a certain item within dungeons. However, this time around, rune boosters make it so that you choose a type of rune, and it doubles the drop rate of that rune in dungeons for 24 hours. A full day. That's awesome. They're available for all primary Kairos dungeon areas, including the artifact dungeons. Now, the next thing that you could use your Fever tokens on is leveling up your arena towers. Thank John come to us. So if you take one thing away from this entire episode, it's that you can use your Fever tokens to level up your arena towers, which you definitely should be doing if you haven't done already. And in addition to the Booster Fever event, there's also the Check-in Fever event. God, everything's so hot. Everything's so hot right now. Everyone's got a fever. The Check-in Fever event is giving you a total of a Baker's 9 Devilmon. That's 10 Devilmon just for checking in every day. And there's also scrolls and 2 LD scrolls at the end. Also, I very selfishly want to talk about this because I haven't gotten a chance to yet. We had a balance patch recently, and I'm very happy because top 9 scariest monsters in RTA. Niang, the water sky dancer, finally got a buff. I've been wanting a buff for this monster for ages. It's not the buff that I wanted, but it's the buff we deserve. Now, every hit on her skill 2 is gonna land as a critical hit, and I think that is so dope. Also, Feng Yan now has built-in damage reduction, kind of akin to his brother, Mi Ying. And of course, Nato's dad, got a little harder to play around. Along with the balance patch, we also had an update that brought a few quality of life changes with it. One key one that I just wanted to highlight is that now monsters in dungeons are more likely to use skills with their cooldowns. So that means their AI got a little bit of an improvement. You can read the full patch notes in-game under the notice section within the events tab. On our streams this week, earlier on Wednesday, Katie joined me for some replay reviews on stream, and then this Friday, which is today if you're watching at the time of release, Reese and Spires are gonna join me for a show match. I'm gonna make them fight for your entertainment in a series of best of 5s. So come on by and watch the matchup we all wanted to see at the America's Cup. You know when and where, but I'm gonna put it right there just in case you don't. And for our video of the week, it's Sean B, who did a video on Mi Yang. And I want you guys to see how dope this unit is. I'm gonna build it right after I finish recording this episode, actually. And in the video, he also shows off a few really viable and cool Guild War offenses. So hopefully you enjoy the video, tell him we sent you, and give him a subscribe if you haven't already. There's that video that I talked about during the episode, and it's Friday, my dude, so that means that you have a 5-star Rainbowmon and Devilmon to buy. Keep on farming, and I'll see you right back here for episode 243. Bye-bye.